notice is the dirt.
So who or what is the dirt? I'll give you a few guesses.
Now, competent astrologers know that the negative traits associated with the sign of Pisces, this is the age that we've been in for over 2,000 years, concern deception, vice, hidden agendas, mass delusion, and the misuse of spiritual virtue and power. These are the negative traits we associate with the sign of Pisces. Every sign of the zodiac, just like every symbol and sign, has both positive and negative connotations. And these are the negative ones of Pisces. So in the age of Pisces, it was to be expected that the world would experience its share of these negatives on a macrocosmic level. As the age of Pisces comes to a close, the deceivers know that a paradigm shift which will occur does not favor their machinations. This understanding has led them to make many subtle alterations to their age-old stratagems.
That's right, it's Christianity, and it's got to go. Although he cleverly didn't say it outright there can be no doubt of what he wants the viewer to think. And I'm not defending the Catholic Church by any means, but he is also making it very clear that it's the concept of Christianity, not the Roman perversion of it, that has to go, which is very, very disturbing.
But what we can understand is that the ancients understood that the sun moves through the 12 signs of the zodiac very gradually backwards in the precession of the equinox, and that each time it moves into a different house, a new mythology is needed, a new set of symbols. In the age of Pisces, the mythographers, the powers that be, understand that we're coming to a cusp point and there's going to be a sizable shift. I mean, after all, in astrology, Pisces is a mutable water sign. Aquarius is a fixed air sign. There's going to be changes, quantum shifts in consciousness. And the powers that be, who know how to track these enormous epochal changes, understand that there's going to be a need to revise some of their own mythologies, and operating manuals, operating procedures will have to change. And the age of Aquarius is said to begin, nobody knows quite for sure, but they think it's to begin in AD 2740. However, as the sun moves towards the final degrees of the previous sign, the descendants of the great cults of power who are at the helm of the religions and governments need to make arrangements for that change. As each age terminates, the appointed mythographers have to get ready to script new mythologies consistent with the complex symbolism of the coming age.
In one sense, I agree with him that a new religion is in fact being constructed by the New World Order. I disagree with him because I think that the religion that is going to be used is the one that this salesman, tSORRY-ON, is pitching to you right now. It's going to be one that is based on the idea that humanity was genetically engineered by an alien race, and that we are at a crucial juncture in this global society, one in which our new understanding of our origins will lead us to an illumination of global understanding and a willful elimination of national sovereignty, even by those that used to fight such notions. And in this new global utopia, there might be people who say things like, "Our Bible told us that this false peace was going to happen, and it said it would look just like this, and that it won't last but a few months before all hell breaks out." Those people need to be eliminated, because they aren't ready for this new global peace. They are too afraid of it. They are what's holding the world back from global peace. And after the genocide of those people, everyone will find out for the first time what the real agenda of the New World Order was. But at that point, for many, it will be much too late. I found the following to be a validation of my theory that this idea of eliminating the dirt is very important to tSORRY-ON, because he added to this presentation something of an addendum after the credits had rolled. He apparently felt something hadn't been adequately presented and needed to be reiterated. He even thought it was important enough to add it even though the set and other details were changed. What was so important to reiterate?
The survivors are those who can adjust their consciousnesses and mentality to the inviolate movement of nature and synchronize their psyches with the universal meta-theme, to having the fates conspire to augur in cataclysmic external and internal events in order to undermine the rotten edifice we stand worshipping and bring it crashing down around us. As this photonic light gradually intensifies, most people's consciousnesses are going to rebel, as we all do when a bright light is shined in our face. We turn away and cover our eyes. We may even strike out at those holding the light towards us. Those few who can face this light and who are prepared for it will be guided, given their healing, and able to live their dreams. But these few will have to be deeply able to understand what is happening to those around them in order to be defended against the worst effects of this irregular but radical change.
There you have it, a perfect setup. You know, I hear a lot of criticisms of the Bible, and I like to try to answer them if people have questions, because I find most of them to be easily answered, and I kind of like doing it. And if you have any, you can send them to an email address that you can find on my website. But there's one passage that I've secretly had a lot of trouble with, that I couldn't understand how it could happen in this politically correct, technologically advanced world we live in. It says that in the New World Order, people will rejoice in the killing of Christians, and that if they don't go along with the beast system, will be publicly executed. It wasn't until I really understood what was being said by the 2012 propaganda that it finally made sense. Just look around. How many of those truth movement teachers, especially those connected with theosophy like tSORRY-ON and Maxwell, that push 2012 also tell you that Christianity is the enemy and imply that it must be destroyed for humanity to survive? If you hate Christians and Judaism, there's a very good chance that you have been brainwashed by the real New World Order. It is not obvious to many people, sadly even to many Christians nowadays, that the core power of what tSORRY-ON calls the macrobes, and the power that they answer to, is totally vulnerable to the authority of Jesus Christ. Exorcisms do not, as the Catholic Church would have you believe, require incense and holy water and all those other things. It only requires a stern word from a true Christian. This is the power that must first be marginalized and destroyed, for the evil we fight to assert its control and place their phoenix on the throne of the infrastructure that has been built by the whispers to the ears of humans who have been deceived in opening doors that, despite the promises of power, only serve that realm.